Okay, I'm assuming you can see it. Shom, you can see it, right? Desktop. Hello, Shom, who was speaking? You can see my desktop. You can hear me.
Yes, sir.
Great, thank you. So we will wait for a minute. Okay, let's see the. So how is everything going? You guys are okay? Do you get a chance to look at the presentations? Anybody has any questions so far? Okay. If not, then we should get started. Okay. So we will directly start with compensation 8, 7 something. I will go back because I think it's very straightforward, but few pages are still we didn't talk, but we can talk later. Let's get started with today's topic. That is maintenance, monitoring and maintenance of the data center. Should be very easy, fast. We will do quiz properly, so be ready. So be you know listen carefully and just be ready for the quiz. Okay. Okay. Data center management monitoring. So topics: monitoring of the data center, maintenance of the data center, and then this think big, start small, and move fast. It's very interesting, but let's understand that part. Okay. So mm, what is monitoring of the data center, right? That means it is very simple, straightforward, right? Words, if you hear data center monitoring means you are collecting and analyzing the data about the performance and operation of the data center. That's all. So how is the physical infrastructure? Systems are working fine. Our applications running on the data center are fine, right? So main goal is to monitor the and check operating efficiency, effectiveness, right? And just find out detect any potential issues because we expect data center to run continuously without interruption. 99.9999%, it should be fully functional and working, right? We don't want to have any problems, or if there are, we should check it upfront, have a solution ready, you know. So what you monitor, we monitor the temperature, humidity, environment, right? So there will be a lot of sensors and all that. Then most important thing is power supply, because this is a major thing, right? At least India, right? How do you give uninterrupted power supply, right? There will be UPS, there will be some another green energy sources, right? So whole power distribution units, backup, whatever generators or battery or any solar based, whatever, right? So you have to check what is the load capacity, and based on the capacity we are able to provide that current, by the way. So I first lecture, I don't know whether I talked about what is load means. Load means current, okay? No load means no current. High load means high current. Load is current because finally source is there. Every source will you draw some current. So how much is the load connected? So just remember that load capacity, it is able to provide needed load. Okay, then IT hardware will be there, networking, right? You have to see what is the memory, compute resource, memory data, right? Server temperature, disk, input output, network bandwidth, latency, all that you have to check that everything is working optimally, and definitely physical security, right? We talked about that. So there will be smart card readers. Are they working fine? Anybody entering unauthorized in that area? All that we have to monitor. So this is a very good picture. I thought it will help you to understand what all we monitor in data center, right? You can see I just talked about, access control system. There will be some Wi-Fi, Zigbee, some cables connections, right? Some AI based, some software, right? Or some control for cooling systems, and environment perspective, temperature, humidity, as I told, right? And then there will be, we talked about, right, centralized infrastructure management. So all that, there will be some software systems installed. So is that fully functional? Okay, you manage, everything, power delivery perspective. If everything is, you know, what is power consumption, all that you have to check, right? Light management, all these systems are there to ensure that data center is running uh, to the full capacity, to the full, um, you know, whatever features we have added to that, right? So we have to monitor everything that is related to the data center functioning. So what was the problems? Why we need to monitor? Because the complexity is huge, right? So data centers, so many components with numerous servers, numerous storage systems. There are a lot of networking equipments, right? So monitoring all of these real time is very, very important, and it's very complex task, right? And then there are environmental factors like temperature, humidity, or any disaster, right? Disruptions. There can be some equipment damage, anything can happen. So the volume, sheer volume is too big, right? Complexity is too high. So we need to monitor that. And we definitely need to suppose act on something, lack of actionable insight, right, from the collected data. If you collect the data, but what needs to be done? So while you monitor all these things, right, but you need to find out what action we can take, how to take, right? What are the resource allocation, capacity planning, all that is very, very important. So if you have a very good data monitoring systems, I will give by this some examples practically what are the um, things available. So I'll give some YouTube videos also where you can refer and check how they do the data center monitoring and what are the software tools and resources available. So please go through that offline. But we definitely want to ensure that we take some actions. If we find something, we monitor something, find some issues, we need to take action, right? And we have to promptly identify critical events, right, irregularities, and notify the data center personnel, right? It could be anybody, right? Whoever is responsible for uninterrupted, uninterrupted delivery from the data center, right? So ineffective alerting system or delays will, it's a risk and a big problem. So we need to ensure that that doesn't happen. So monitoring is critical. And scalability, as data centers grow in size and complexity, monitoring, manually is not a, right thing to do. So we need to have a system in place. So that's why we will talk about the system that is available for monitoring the data centers. It's called DCIM, Data Center Infrastructure Management System. Data Center Infrastructure Management System. If you have a ad hoc monitoring, then what will happen? We uh, may work for a specific point of task, very small system or something, but these tools, this data center infrastructure management tools effectively work together to resolve common or often complex issues, right? Those can be capacity related, server capacity, memory capacity, power related, anything, right? What assets you have to check what assets are critical for you, and are they fully functional, are they available as per the need, and we don't have interruption in the service that is offered by the data center. Okay, so this data center infrastructure management software that will provide the data center or operations managers with ability to identify, locate, or visualize and manage all the physical data center assets, right? Quickly provision new equipment and confidently plan capacity for future growth. So this is the job of this software, right? This tool can also help you control energy cost, improve data center design, and also increase operational efficiency. So implementing this in the data center infrastructure will help you to provide the data required for companies with significantly large operational and costless saving benefits, because now you have a software which can look at, analyze the data, give you the prediction what it takes, and if you want to improve the capacity, scale it further, it will give you the data. Okay, so this is a software, and as you see, like any, even if you see a operating system, you will have different layers, right, in the software layers. Similarly, the data center infrastructure management software will have these stacks, right? It has to um, look at everything like user perspective. We need to find out what is the IT and facility operators, right? Who are those users? We have to find the information about it and add that into the stack of the data center infrastructure management system. So you can say data center IT facility, that is a topmost layer. The next layer is for visualization of the whatever analysis we are saying, data collection and all that, dashboards, some reporting, right? Rack or flow diagrams, all that information should be there. That is a second layer. Third is process, right? What are the assets, how they are configured, right? What are the physical connections, then relationships, right? Daily operations, workflow, all that, the process related, users, visualization, process. And the last is monitoring of many things that we just talked about, right? Server managing, network managing, memory, right? Cracks, cabinet, whatever, right? Everything, power management. So all those things we need to uh, power supplies, right? All that, right? So you need to monitor all of this in the data center, and that's why that will be the bottom layer, physical layer, because these are all sensors and all those things, or real physical assets. So that will be the bottom of this DCIN stack. Okay, so if you see, um, this picture gives you the whole picture of everything that is there, right? Maybe with you can just read it and you can understand what it is, right? Environment sensors I talked about, UP power supplies, card readers, right? Door locks, whatever, everything. You can see uninterrupted power supplies, one intelligent track, this is called PDUs, and then the remote power panels, right? Floor PDUs. Okay, so just a minute, give me 1 second. Sorry. So what are these things, right? What is busways means? Suppose somebody asks you what is busways in the data center. Anybody can tell me what is busways? Because a lot of wiring is there, right? So what is busways in data center means? Anybody can tell? Anybody knows what is busways in data centers? Busways in data centers, actually, this there is another word called bus ducts, or bus bar trunking systems. Actually, this is a modular power distribution systems. Okay, modular power distribution systems used to deliver the electrical power from UPS to the data centers, right? So instead of running multiple heavy power cables under raised floors or overhead trays, busways use an enclosed metal housing and copper or aluminum bus bars inside. So that is called busways. Okay, so you see this word busways, right? And how, why they are required? Because they carry large current capacity, right? Hundreds of thousands of amperes, you can think about it, right? And there can be frequently, rack additions can be there, right? You need to make sure these are deployed faster, so you need these busways. Okay, so basically a traditional cable system, if you see, they were bulky, right? Hard to modify and difficult to maintain. So please mute at your side if you are not asking anything. Okay. So those were difficult to maintain and they were prone to airflow blockage. But now this latest busways will solve all those problems, right? So they are installed, where they are installed, they are usually mounted on overhead, most common places, overhead or under raised floors, they will install that. And main components of that is, one is called bus bar. Bus bar means a copper conductor and which carries like a 400 to 4000 ampere of current, if you see the biggest data centers, right? And then there will be some housing, right, metal enclosure or some insulation for the safety. And all that, there are different types of, by the way, busways: feeder busway, plug-in busway, and all that. Please look at those. Just for information, one word, busways I'm talking about, right? So it is important in modern AI data centers that you take care of that, right? Because AI racks, right, they may require a lot of power, right, per rack, right? And they may need three-phase power supply, of course, right? And we may have to frequently reconfigure it. So if you have the bus space, that will allow you like higher power density. They will be easy to load and balancing, and they can help you rapid deployment. So busways, please remember this thing. Okay. So there are various manufacturers like Siemens, ABB, if you have heard about them, right? Eaton, these are the companies who uh, may, make the busway manufacturer, you can say. So what you understand, if you ask somebody what is busway means, guys, can you mute? Can you guys mute? There is a noise at your side. Hello, guys, who is unmuted, please mute it. Okay, so basically, somebody ask you what is busways means, you should say a power highway running across the whole data center, right? Each rack will have exit, and there is a tap up box where the whole thing is connected. You can imagine this as a connection, power connection for the whole data center. Okay, busways. Okay, there are door locks, cameras, all that will be there. There will be sensor for temperature, humidity, water, smoke, airflow, air pressure, all those things we need to monitor. This is a good picture to give you what all you monitor in the data centers. Okay, and that software will, have a dashboard or some way to show you what is the status of each of this. Okay, so that now what it helps you, it enables you to collect the data. It will also help to set the power or environment thresholds, right? If you want to make sure that you want to check, right, whatever collected data you receive whatever data, right, you need to see what are the potential issues, or is it crossing some threshold or something, or configure the polling frequencies, right? So how often you want to monitor the data, right? Forward or filter traps to receive only the notification that matters to you, right? You are continuously monitoring, but you may not be, looking all the time, every second. But yeah, that data will be available, but at certain interval you can monitor it, right? Analyze that data. What is the trend, so you can get the insight into what this, the regular operation is doing, what is the capacity, or how much is utilization, what is the power consumption, many things, right? So you will have a peace of mind that, okay, I know what is happening in the data center. Is it doing its job that we, built it for? And basically, there is no interruption. That is the main important thing, right? So definitely this monitoring system uses certain protocols like SNMP, HTTPS, right? Modbus, these are all different protocols, right? Suppose you want to know about some protocol, any of these protocols that you know, HTTP you heard, right? What is HTTP or SNMP, right? Can somebody talk about SNMP protocol? What it is? Anybody can tell what is SNMP protocol in the data centers. This is basically a simple network management protocol. Okay, network management protocol. So it is a standard protocol. It is used to monitor and manage the network devices. Which are the network devices? Switches, routers, servers, you know, UPS systems, and all other things, right? So what SNPS does, it actually allows you to monitor device health, like how much is the CPU, memory, what is the temperature of it, what is the bandwidth uses, right? How monitor the power system like UPS, busways, like I told you just now, and it will receive some fault alerts or configure some devices parameters, right? Depending on whatever access level you have, you can check that. So if somebody asks you what is the where is the SNMP is used, you should say like systems like Cisco system, right? They have switches and routers, right? Or Juniper networks will have routers, right? Or there is I said servers, firewalls, right? Storage systems, all these places, right? SNMP is used. Okay. The if you want to know more about SNMP, there are main three components, right, in SNMP. First is SNMP manager, which will actually you can say central monitoring system, and SNMP agent is there, which is like a software running on the device, and there is something called MIB, that is called management information base, that will have database of measurable parameters, like, okay. So all these critical components are part of the SNMP. Okay, so you can find more details about each of these protocols, but yeah, just I wanted you to give one protocol idea. So yeah, what are the types of the tools available? This is very important information for you. This is various companies build different tools for monitoring the data centers. I will give you a very good YouTube video on Op Manager. Okay, what is it? How to download? You can download actually. There are some available for, like, say, 7 days free trial. You can just look at it and you can see what it does and all that. So I will send you some links where you can download it and install it. If you have Windows computer, you can look at it and at least understand what it does and all that. So this couple of things I will share, but these are the different tools. Anybody knows who makes the logic monitor? Anybody knows who makes the logic monitor? Logic monitor tool for data center management. Who gives it? Which company? It's a cloud-based infrastructure monitoring, okay, on observability platforms, and it is used for data centers, networks, servers, cloud environment, storage applications, right? So it is very widely used. Okay, and what problem logic monitor solves? Actually, it can give the information about hundreds of switches, thousands of servers, right? So in the hybrid cloud systems, you will have AWS, Azure, or on premises, right? All that can be monitored. It gives a single dashboard, logic monitor. Okay, so you can look at it. Um, uh, there are very good features in that, like auto discovery, alerting, dashboards, capacity planning, root cause analysis. All that is done by logic monitor. Okay, so there are various examples of the data centers where logic monitor is used, like um, for rack power, right? How much it is? Is it the load is 80%, 70%? How much it is? Or UPS, suppose battery is there. What is the health of the battery? Is it degrading health or not? It can show, right? Or whether switches are working fine, right? It can monitor everything automatically, right? So it will help you for maintenance and updates, right? So it will detect any API issue or SNMP issue, right? This means SNMP or API is used to detect some of the issue in the logic monitor. It gives a trigger, for any alerts, right? It can shows the correlated metrics, and the engineers can actually, based on the logic monitor data, they can act quickly and reduce the downtime, right? Or improve the visibility of the data center, right? Supports hybrid cloud, and actually it is a centralized monitoring system, right? So this is a cloud based, right, dashboard system, logic monitor. So you can look at each of these. At least I will give you some videos and YouTube videos to learn about some of the, basic, monitoring, data center monitoring softwares. Okay. Okay. What is the capabilities of AI monitoring of data center, right? So basically, this artificial intelligence will help you analyze historical sensor data, right? Lot of data, if you want to analyze, you need AI, right? Like vibration, temperature, power, all that information, right? To identify patterns that precede hardware failure, right? This will help operators to replace components before they cause unplanned outage, right? So maintenance cost can be improved if you have the monitoring system, right? And you can real-time anomaly detection is possible, like traditional systems may not have, right? They have to find, rely on fixed thresholds, right? AI will establish the normal baselines and flags uh, subtle deviations in the network traffic or resource uses, and that will help you to take the action real time. Okay. Okay. So energy and cooling operation, again, it's a very simple. So AI will model dynamically, adjust the cooling system based on the real-time server loads or any external weather conditions. So Google's DeepMind is very famous for reducing the cooling energy, and it is, used by 40%, using this method. A lot of, use a lot of people are using Google's DeepMind. This is for energy and cooling optimization, this software, right? There is another one like RCA. If you heard of this, you saw the diagram in that there was one word RCA. What is RCA? Root cause analysis. Okay. So when issue occurs, AI will correlate, uh, you know uh, the log files or any metrics they may have, right, across entire stack from physical hardware to virtual applications, and it will quickly pinpoint what is the main cause of this issue and what fix you need to do. So that will help you. This capability in the AI monitoring data centers will help you, take the right action and have the uninterrupted, data center availability for users, right? There is something called agentic AI monitoring of data center. Okay, so nowadays, if you see the data center, they are like autonomous data centers. What does it mean? That means um, human will oversight is, but there are agentic AI that not only identify the problem, but it also help you execute self-healing protocol remotely. You don't have to go inside, so they call it as agentic AI, right? So in future, the large data centers, you cannot humanly or manually do things. It has to be a lot of automation. So this is already happening, right? So once I have tools, I have mechanism to um, understand or monitor the data center, then how do you use that data to maintain the data center? So data center maintenance means basically you need to inspect, testing, cleaning, monitoring, and repairing the data center. That is maintenance. Like you maintain your car, like maintain your data center, right? So data center managers should employ an effective maintenance strategy to ensure the availability of critical systems, right? Protect the data and protect the data center from unplanned outages, right? And you have to reduce the repairs and downtime related costs. So OPEX, when you say maintenance means what is your OPEX and how do you optimize your operational cost? You already invested a CapEx, right? In the beginning, you are invested in servers, network, memory, all those, space, everything, right? Now, how do you reduce your operation cost? So that is possible when you understand what it takes to maintain a data center properly. So what can data center maintenance identify? So when you say I am doing a great job on maintaining the data center, that means we are identifying and preventing issues that could lead to the system failure, right? Because outages will be very costly. So poor maintenance practices can result in various operational problems. What are those problems? Power outage, equipment failure, flooding, dust debris in accommodation, software incompatibility, okay, cabling issues, right? Or security vulnerability. So let's take one out of this, right? Software incompatibility means if you use the outdated software, that can lead to compatibility issues, disrupting the operations, and data exchange between the systems may not happen properly. So you have to check that regularly. Make sure that latest version is added, because if you increase or scale up the capacity, if you don't have up to date software, then you may not be able to monitor, and it will not help you to maintain it properly. So these are the very critical areas where you need to identify the issues. And if you don't look at all of these buckets, any one fails, you are not having the full functional data center available for the customers that you are deploying the data center for. Okay. So um, what are the components of an effective maintenance strategy? What are the things they look? If somebody asks you, you are supposed to maintain the data center, or you are taking a contract to maintain a data center, what all you check? You visually inspect everything, you do cleaning, you do testing, you do reporting and monitoring, and repairs. So for example, when you ask what is repairs means, right? You have to take the corrective maintenance, right? Where repairing and replacing of faulty parts, right? It can be server, it can be memory, it can be networking equipment, it can be cooling system, or any one of the sensor that we just talked about, right? This can include anything, right? So that you need to make sure you have everything fully functional, and anything goes bad, you need to replace it and repair it. That's what it means. Okay. So what is the importance of a life cycle strategy? What is the life cycle strategy means? You install it first, right? Operate it, maintain it. Then you need to make sure you replace before failure. Many systems are intended to be replaced after certain period, because everything has a life period. Like for example, server may work for, let's say, 5 years or 10 years. The designers, the companies who design it, let's say NVIDIA design a AI processor, a GPU, or TPUs, let's say designed by Google, they will say they do aging simulation, and I'll say after 10 years, I don't guarantee, okay, 5 years or 7 years, whatever. So these once you know that these vendors who are providing the infrastructure or compute resources, if they say the life is 7 years, means you need to replace after 7 years, right? So if you neglect it, then you will have any issues, and you cannot held accountable to the companies who are providing you those parts. So everything has a life. So before end of the life, you need to replace it. eh? Sometimes rotation, right? Similar to replacement, some components of the data center are to be rotated according to the established schedule in order to ensure efficient performance. Right? Means you need to make sure you do that, and replacement after failure. If anything is failed, it's not working, then you have to replace it, right? So it is very important that these failures are recognized during the maintenance phase, and you need to replace it with the new part, right? Speedy replacement will ensure you that uh, other critical systems are not interrupted, right, or damaged as a result of the incomplete facility. So these are the very important aspects in the overall life cycle management. You can say life cycle of a data center: replacing before failure, rotation, and replacement after failure. These are very critical. Before and after replacement, before, replacement after, and then if there is a component. Okay. So there is another thing called, you know, in the maintenance, preventive maintenance. We have heard about preventive maintenance. Preventive maintenance means when you do the plant maintenance, you must have heard your company sends a note, okay, your mail server is not available for 2 hours, something like that. This is plant maintenance. Or you can say you cannot run your job, your server system is not available for you during this weekend. That means they are doing the plant maintenance, right? It's a very most basic and cost effective form of data center maintenance, right? It refers to the proactive upkeep of data center, like whatever you do for any other systems, right? And reliability centered maintenance means basically the it identify the most efficient maintenance practices, right? It is tailored to the specific operational conditions and failure modes of each piece of the equipment in the data center, right? And the predictive maintenance means you actually this one is preventive, another is a predictive. Okay, predictive means it will allow you for a real-time monitoring and analytics of the crucial data center components, right? So this will help you identify and address issues before they result into the failure. So that's why it's called predictive. You are predicting. By doing so, data center operations can perform timely maintenance to prevent the failures. It will reduce your downtime, right, and optimize the operational efficiency. Okay, so these are the very basic fundamental things, but as we are studying the course of design and operation of data center, you need to know what data center maintenance means and what are the things looked at, what are the things we monitor, what are the tools available, and all that things. Okay, so this is a very nice table where you have very clear understanding of what is data center monitoring means, what it involves, what is the data center management means, and what is the data center operations means, right? So for example, I want to explain you what is data center management means. Data center management, you are actually uh, talking about administration and governance of the data center, right? So it will involve the tasks like capacity planning, resource allocation, budget management. So the main goal is to ensure that the data center infrastructure is aligned with the business objective and that the resources are utilized efficiently, right? So data center managers are responsible for ensuring that data center is equipped with the necessary resources to maintain it or to manage it. Okay? So you saw DCIM, data center infrastructure management software. So those kind of software will come in play when you say data center operators are actually managing this whole thing, right? So there was another topic in this course where we wanted to understand what is think big, what is this means, right? So basically, think big means you have to establish a bird's eye view of your ideal infrastructure to ensure all small steps align with the long-term goals, right? We have to understand what is the target state when you say think big. These three elements I will explain. Think big, in that first comes is a target state. What is the aim, right, for a future ready data center? You know, how you characterize by predictive maintenance, AI driven analytics, and self-healing systems. So that is a target state, right? So which will help you reduce human intervention and everything is done autonomous, right? So, and we need to go for an open architecture, means plan for an open vendor neutral architecture, right? That will integrate multiple vendor hardware and cloud platforms. You don't have to rely on one, vendor who provide you the architecture and hardware or software, right? So standardization is very key. You have to define the software defined infrastructure standards early to avoid the legacy traps of mismatched point solution. So when you say think big, you need to talk about what is the target state, what is my goal, what is my strategy to use open architecture and standardized softwares and standardized most of the components within the data center. Next comes start small. That means you have to start like pilot, start pilot high value use cases first That means to avoid the big bang rollout, you have to start small. You don't have to put a lot of capital investment upfront, right? Instead of big, huge, you have to launch small, right? Like a manageable project, and then you learn and grow from that, right? So you have to identify critical metrics. For example, you monitor simple temperature, humidity, airflow. Then you find out, what are the low risk tasks, right? So you check what are the things we can monitor, automated monitor, inventory tracking, or basic alert notification. You can go to this low risk task, and then finally, once you have a proof of concept where you implement a pilot project with you go small, right? Your small infrastructure, monitoring a single server rack or one cooling unit will give you the lot of idea, lot of data, and then you can then scale up, right? So this data center infrastructure management tool or that software then will help you to scale up everything, right? You start minimal. So that is what it means. So to ensure that we are not overwhelmed with managing and maintaining the big data center upfront. So this is start small. And the third one is move fast. Okay. So that means scale up. Once your pilot is successful, right, you need to use agile methodologies to scale rapidly across the entire facility. That means there is something called agile sprint. Use 2 to 4 week sprints to deploy new monitoring features or maintenance workflows, allowing for constant feedback and course correction. That's why it is called agile sprints, just 2 to 4 weeks. Then fast feedback loops, you know, when you integrate real-time dashboards, which will provide you immediate visibility into performance, enabling teams to resolve the incidents faster. So that loop has to be very fast. So, you take the real-time fixing, right? And then at the end of the day, you have to automate, you know progressively you can do, but you have to automate everything. So you transition from the manual checks to the automated lifecycle management system, right? Automated firmware upgrades, automated patch management, automated capacity planning, all that you can do. But once you do automation, it will be fast. So that's why it's called move fast. Okay. So this is for scaling the data center. So if you see this, very important. I will not read everything, but you can go and read very simple stuff. Phased implementation. First, you create a vision and architecture. Then you create a proof of concept, and finally iterative scaling, right? Very fast, right? Where we say use agile sprint, expand successful pilots, right? Facilities, right? And automate everything. Patch management, capacity planning, everything we automate. And there are tools available and technologies available. For example, for move fast, there is automated lifecycle management systems, AI powered surveillance system are there, or there are real time dashboards using Power BI or some other technology, right? People have come up with this. You can see Google search, you can find out so many systems. For example, there is something called wireless sensor network, WSN. This is for starting small before proof of concept, IoT sensors or basic alert system. This is all small modules available for you to help you to create a proof of concept. When you build a even a vision to build a very huge data center, you can start small. Okay. So these are the tools available. I will share this presentation to you, where this data center infrastructure management tools, these demos are there, and also I will give you some links. Okay, let me uh, put the links here, so that you can look at those YouTube videos to see. Um, uh, if you can, in your leisure time, you can look at those YouTube videos to see what are the things available to monitor. So this one, YouTube video, I will just click it for you. Let me share my screen. Um, Op Manager. So this is okay. So this one you can go through. I don't want to. Okay, look at this. Okay, I have already shared you the link. I don't want to wait and waste your time here to go through it, but you can go through this offline. Okay, there is another link on the some of the tools that are available. Also, you can use this demo, clicking this one. So let me share this also. So I hope you can see my screen. I'm already sharing. So this one is how to install and configure the manage engine op manager. Okay, so you can Google search, very detailed instructions, step by steps are given. I tried it. You can also try it at home. And if you have questions or if our time permits, I'm going to share this to you and show you some of the things practically. I will try to show and give you the idea. Even for the previous topics also, I have few things to show that I will do that. But let me go to the last time's presentation and complete the part which we didn't cover. So I hope you are all there. Did I disconnect? You guys are there, right? Hello? All of you are there? Yes. Okay. Okay. So let me close this and take you to the part that we talk about. So this one is most important, right? Key values of the data center resilience, right? So we need a reduced downtime, right? Fast recovery, enhanced trust compliance, and greater operational efficiency. For that, we actually talked about how to do the monitoring and maintenance, okay? And for high availability, you need to have redundancy and replication, load balancing, failover mechanism, scalability, elasticity, and data center resilience best practices. What are those? Those practices include comprehensive disaster recovery planning, designing for loose coupling among components, right? Or prioritizing security measures. Resilient architecture consider the entire system's life cycle, right? Including startup dependencies to the graceful degradation under stress at the long-term perspective, right? So, and this Google has, Amazon has AWS, right? Microsoft has Azure. So these are all systems which you can see that infrastructure types, right? What are the different world-class infrastructure data centers available? So if you go through that, there are some YouTube videos on each of Azure system, AWS, or even Google's data center, right? So how they do it, right? How Google minimizes the risk of a single point failure, right? How they do it. I think there is a little, I'm going to give you some case studies as a homework for you to look at that. But please start searching on that, and I will also share some videos where you can go through it and understand these latest and greatest data centers managed by these big companies called Google, Amazon, and Microsoft. Okay. So with that, let me see if I can today manage to give you the quiz which we can successfully do it. Okay, let me see. And I will give couple of quiz. So let's see. Um, First quiz for today's class. Okay, let me share the link to you and also monitor how many of you are able to do it, right? So I will say you, I hope you can see my link. Please go and attempt this quiz. Okay, last, right? Quiz number 8, session 8 quiz. Can you open it and let me know if you are able to solve that quiz? Okay, this is the link that I gave to you. Somebody can speak and let me know if you are able to look at it and solve the quiz. Let's take 10 minutes and do it.
So it is asking for permission,
Permission for,
viewing the form, reviewing and responding to the form.
so it is saying you don't have permission. Hmm?
Yes, sir.
Let me check. I'll go to the settings and I'll say let's see, anyone can respond, right? And accept the responses. Um, allow respondents to save their responses and allow recipient to get email notification for each response. That is not required. Okay. Now you can try. Now can you try? You can do it, right?
It's working now.
Perfect. Do it now. I have given the questions points to each. There are 10 questions and there are 10 points. Okay, look at it. After you do, let me know. I will show the answers for each of this. Please let me know if all of you are able to do it. Okay. Again, I'm giving the link. Let's make sure you are able to see it and attempt it. All of you are able to attempt? You guys are done? Nobody is speaking. I hope you are able to do the quiz. Let me see the responses coming. I'm done. Oh, great. Anybody else has done? So, fonts. Who has completed? Can you let me see how many responses has come? Sachin Kumar, you are done. Yes. Great. Anybody who is not able to do it, you are all able to do it. Let me share today's presentation. Design and operation of data center. I go to shared and I go to in the shared, I'm putting my presentation. Let me see. This one, copy, or I'll say upload file, and I will put all of this. Let me see. It puts it. Okay. So I'm uploading all the presentations from compet session 1 to 8. Okay. So let me see if it is visible for you. So then I will give you the quiz for each. You can refer the presentation and try to see the quiz. I want to make sure I assess you on whatever I have discussed so far. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and so 8. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Replace all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. I have put it. Can you somebody confirm that in our design and
Yes,
operation
sir.
of data
Able to
center,
see.
you are able to see all of the presentation? Thank you so much. So you can refer those. And I'm assuming, let me share so you can also help me to see it, because you guys are much better than I'm actually doing this first time. Anyway, let me see. You can see all the presentations. Okay, completed by Karthik, quiz completed by Anurag. Thank you so much. Let me share my screen and share my screen. You can see it. Okay. First of all of you can see this presentation. That's very important. Okay. You can let me know that you can see all of that. And now let's go today's quiz results, right? So I will go here. Then where I should go? Can somebody tell me where I should go and look at um, spreadsheet e-learning forms? Where? Where is the results?
Sir,
Any?
that form section in a browser, you need to go to form that link.
So there is no forms here. See, I'm searching, right? Forms, right?
No, sir.
Form.
In Safari browser, your browser, own browser.
Okay, Safari browser. Safari browser. Um, I don't have Safari browser. I have.
Opera or something,
Yeah,
anything
yeah.
you
Okay,
can.
Opera is there. Opera GX is there. Okay. In that, what do I do?
Sir, that forms link, forms dot something like that. Forms. One second. Forms dot office dot com.
Forms dot office
Office dot.
dot com. This one,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Microsoft Forms,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So this is the
Yes.
form. Okay, this is where you got that form, right? So we have
Hmm.
done the quiz, but I want to see the old quiz, right? My recent quiz. So this is
For
quiz 8, right?
quiz
Session 8.
number.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
22 people.
session.
So this is
Yep.
only 22. What about other people? So let me first,
Sir,
you can see my screen,
you
right?
did that, sir, but
Yeah,
you gave us practice. Yeah, I think your practice mode was on.
right, right. Oh,
In setting, there is a practice mode or something
correct.
like that.
I did the practice mode actually. I put the practice. I should not
Yeah,
do practice.
yeah,
That's okay. That's
yeah.
fine.
You should not do
Yeah.
practice mode. Yeah,
Okay. Next time, no practice. Okay. But you can see my screen. You can see all these
yeah,
answers are correct. Can
yeah.
you match? I'll just go through it so that all of you can verify your answers. So the main goal for data center monitoring is operating efficiency and operating efficiently and effectively and to detect the any potential issue. That is first. Second, which protocols SNM I have given in detail explanation on the HTTPS, right? Which tools is not meant for monitoring the data center? VMware, VMsphere. What is the use of this VMware, VMsphere? Can somebody tell? This tool is not meant for monitoring. What is the use of this tool? Anybody
It is
knows?
hypervisor, sir. It is
Hypervisor.
hypervisor.
Excellent. This is not a tool to monitor the data center. Okay, good. And then AI analyzes historical data. We talked about vibration, temperature, all this, and that precede the hardware failure in data centers. Which of the following is correct type of maintenance? Predictive maintenance is one, right? This is the one we talked about. Predictive maintenance. Huh? Which of the following is the correct type maintenance for this sensor data, right? AI analyzes this to identify patterns that precede the hardware failure. Precede the hardware failure means before hardware is failure. That is predictive maintenance. Okay, dash will be the next form of data monitoring and maintenance, where human oversight is augmented by agentic AI. Just we talk autonomous data center. Okay, that the software provides you data center operations managers with the ability to identify, locate, and visualize and manage all physical data center assets quickly, provision new equipment, and confidently plan capacity for future growth. This is DCIM, right? Data center infrastructure management that we talked. Then is in this strategic framework of think big, start small, and move fast. Which of the following is the best practice for move fast? For move fast, agile methodologies, right? We talked about it. Which of the following is future ready data center characteristics? Predictive maintenance, AI driven analytics, self healing systems, all of this. So this is all of you the answer. The objective of data center monitoring is what? It is to ensure that the data center is it is functioning optimally, and any issues are detected and resolved proactively. So that is the data center monitoring thing, right? And the last question, the technology to adopt digital twin in data center management and monitoring is a strategic idea phase of think big. Okay, so I hope you answered it correctly. Um, Let me see if I can give you another quiz and see how many people try to answer it. Okay, I don't, and I will make sure I do the right settings also. Okay, so I hope I can, let me do that quiz, another quiz, and share the link to you. So we talked about session, let's say I will put a session 5 quiz or some other quiz. Let me see. Mm, which we didn't do it. So let me share the link for you to do the quiz. I will not tell you which PPT it is based on, but let's see if you can check that. Okay, let me share the link first. I have to go to settings and anyone can respond. I will do practice mode. I will make it off. Show results automatically. Accept the responses. I will not put any dates. Allow recipients of response after submission and get the email notification also. Let me see. Okay. I will do all of that. This is setting. Then I will say collect responses, copy the link and give you the link. Okay. Let me see. And immediately please tell me if you are able to solve this quiz. Okay. This is a compact session 7 quiz. Okay. Step by step questions. No, you can do that also. I'm getting only one question in quiz. Wow. Okay, after finishing the quiz, when we click on the quiz link again, it opens the quiz instead of indicating that we have already submitted. I think this needs to be answered. Okay, a lot of people are able to. So let me see if the quiz
It's
number
because of
7.
practice.
Okay, I will that
Sir,
I
it
have
is
removed.
because of
Yeah,
practice.
practice. Okay, one by one. So I did it now. I
And
off. I made it off. Okay,
and
practice.
7 we are able to go to link
Uh-huh.
7.
Okay. Can you solve the quiz also quickly?
Yeah.
10 questions. Please do that. So I think points are mentioned for this, all of them, and please send it and let me monitor and see if you are able to, if I am able to. Formsoffice.com and 7 already. Wow, 77 responses. Unbelievable. How come? You guys are so good. You finished? I can't believe. CS7 design operation. Just now it has come and I saw 77 responses. Unbelievable. You guys are good.
No sir,
Huh?
I think it is the previous
Huh?
one.
Previous
I
one?
mean, it is
But how
previous
did
one. Means
77 people
you gave us that link
last time?
also.
Long time, huh?
Yeah.
Last time. Okay, so
Long time, last time.
so okay, let me try and give you another link. Okay, so let me give you another quiz and see which one I didn't monitor. Okay, so let's go to I'm trying to get you another quiz. It's number 7. Okay, I'm giving you another quiz link and let me do the settings first. Practice mode off. Anyone can respond, accept responses, shuffle questions. Okay, let's shuffle questions for all of you and allow the receipt of the this one and get email also. Okay, this is the setting I did and then let me give you the link. Okay, so tell me which one is this and are you able to do it? There are some people still facing some issues. Can you do this 6 one? Can you see that link? Completed. Thank you, Chandana. Oh, can you check 6? Quiz 6, you can do it. Can you show? I want to see the responses. I want to make sure you are able to do it. Office forms. Okay. Now I'm there. 643 responses. This is latest. Definitely, this is now you are doing 43. Where are the other people? Can you please let me see more? 43. Why not more? 43 responses. Can you try, all of you guys, please? 6 number. I see responses increased 46. Okay, please finish. I think people are doing it. Good. Done. Ashish, thank you. Who else? 46, now 48.
Sir, in mid-sem, the question will be till PPT 8, right?
PPT 8, correct. It will be within that PPT 8 only. Yes. Now 50 people have done it. Can you please make progress? Now 51. I think people are doing it. Very good. CS6 7 all are done by Karthik. Thank you. Excellent. I see, by the way, people have CS7 people, more people have tried and they are able to do it. 8 also less response. Can you go and check the link on 8, because I see only 32 people have responses. So let me see how many people. Okay, it is increasing. Okay, please do all these quizzes. Okay, your response will be collected automatically. I will look at it, refer the presentation, finish all the quizzes that I request you to do it. Okay, so there are people who are saying done. Thank you very much. Um, let me again. Okay, 6 is done. 7, 8 people are doing it. That's good. I'm able to see that people are making progress and they are doing the quizzes. Okay. Hey, anybody has any question? Okay, great. Thank you so much. A lot of people have done. Thank you for sending the message and doing it. Let me also check whether I can see the responses. Go to Microsoft Forms and people. By the way, 8 you can do 8 also. Can somebody check if you are able to do 8? There are responses increased. Okay, 7 number of responses increased. Number of responses for 6 also increased. Okay, you guys can do it. Thank you so much. This is great. And let me tell you my assignment. Okay, just this is again a testing. I not saying this will be final assignment, but I will just announce one assignment verbally and see if somebody can send me 1 second. So the assignment for today, please note down. And okay, so you can do um, design and operational strategy for a 5 megawatt tier 3 data center. You can try Google search, find out information. I will type it here. Okay, assignment. This is again not the final, but I want to see what information you can collect. I will also help you what it should have so that you are prepared for doing the assignment, right? Design and operation of operational strategy. Design and operational strategy for a 5 megawatt, right? 5 megawatt tier 3. We talked about this tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 data center. This is not everything. We are not finished, but can you see that design and operational strategy for a 5 megawatt tier 3 data center? Suppose this kind of assignment is given. How do you prepare? How do you respond? Okay, I will tell you. First, you have to say, I will first go for a site selection, right? Your first step, you should say site selection. You can say the place where there is no earthquake, there is no flood, right? Power supply is available, fiber connectivity is possible, right? Climate condition is good. So that you have to write. First is site selection. Second, like you can say, you can give some example names, these are the places I will check. And then tier classification, exactly uptime, institute tier 1 to tier 4, right? Tier 3 means concurrent maintainable. Okay, because cost versus uptime trade-off, right? Why you went for tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4? What is the tier 1 means, tier 2 means, tier 4 means, and why you went for tier 3? Tier 3 means concurrent maintainable, and this is because you are trying to do the cost versus uptime trade-off and you have selected. Then you will say, I will go for electrical design, right? Power flow architecture. So you talked about 2n or n plus 1 redundancy, right? We discussed about that redundancy. So you can say, I will have generator backup, or I will have automatic transfer switch, or busways we just talked about. What kind of busways versus cable distribution you will have, right? Earthing, lighting protection, all that you have to say. So total load is 5 megawatt. So what is the IT load? What is the cooling load? And what is the miscellaneous load, like lighting, sensors, all that, right? So you can say IT load is 3.5 megawatt, cooling load is 1.2 megawatt, and miscellaneous load is 0.3 megawatt. So my total power consumption in my data center is 5 megawatt. Then if you have this kind of data center, you should say, I will look for a cooling design. So in the cooling design, we didn't cover this topic, but I will explain you what are the different ways, right? Chilled water versus there is something called DX. I will talk about all that. Liquid cooling for AI racks nowadays people are using, right? So you will look at all those different cooling design solutions. Then there will be network design, like how do you have a redundant fiber paths, right? Firewalls or segmentation, right? So monitoring using SNMP we just talked about, right? So then you have to have operational strategy. Operational touch strategy means just now today we learned monitoring and control, right? So environmental sensors, huh? Building management system is also another thing, and data center infrastructure management, DCIM integration, right? So there will be some alert threshold, escalation metrics, incident response time, all that, right? And then today also we talked about maintenance, right? Maintenance plan means preventive maintenance schedule, thermal scanning for bus bars or firmware updates, right? UPS battery replaceable cycle, all that you have to check. Okay, so then there will be redundancy and reliability, right? So you have that 2n n plus 1, right? We have to check this system availability has to be 99 point so and so 99.98 whatever percentage, right? Then there will be strategy for energy efficiency, right? What kind of strategy will have, like AI based load optimization or power capping or renewable energy integration, right? So maybe you are tracking the carbon tracking, all that, right? And then there is something called risk and compliance. Those there will be some, we talked about SOC2 or ISO 27001. So all those compliances we discuss, right? Standard compliances, right? And what is the deliverable finally end of the day? You should have a electrical diagram, you should have a rack layout diagram, you should have a cooling airflow layout, power, how do you distribute, what are the redundancy block, right? Risk assessment, all that you have to put. Then you can, basically um, um, uh, tell the whole summary of, right? How do you, you can make a PPT, very nice PPT, and provide simple executive summary of what you did, right? And you can say how did you build the whole system. Okay, looks like question is there, Jaydeep. So I hope I gave you the idea. I gave you the example of this kind of things I'm going to give you. So this is just example, and I told you what needs to be covered. So again, I will repeat: design and operational strategy for a 5 megawatt tier 3 data center. So how do you start? You will say, I will first find out what is the site, which site I will go for. What are the reasons to select certain site? Then tier classification 1 to 4, what it means, then electrical design, then cooling design, then network design, then you will have operational strategies, right? Monitoring, control, maintenance, redundancy, reliability, right? Energy efficiency strategy, risk and compliance, and finally you will have complete deliverable for your project. Like you will have electrical diagram, rack layout diagram, cooling airflow diagram, or power distribution diagram, or calculations of the power, right? I told you this is for cooling, this is for operational, this one miscellaneous power will be spent here. Then you can have redundancy block diagram. Okay, I will have n plus 1 redundancy, right? So all that you have to put it. Okay, now let me see what Joydeep is asking. Is the software defined unified data center architecture that integrates compute, storage, networking, and visualization into single appliance? So what is the question, Joydeep? Service oriented computing, cloud data center, software infrastructure, hyperconverged. Okay, what is the answer? Can anybody tell? Is a software defined unified data center architecture that integrates compute, storage, networking, and virtualization into a single x86 based appliance. So what is it? Service oriented computing? No. Cloud data center? Software defined infrastructure or hyperconverged infrastructure? Which one? Can somebody answer it? Jaideep is asking this question, looks like. What is it? Hyper-converged infrastructure is the answer. Jaideep. Jaideep, you are there? It is hyper-converged infrastructure. Okay, answer is that. Not service-oriented computing or cloud data center. It is not. Software-defined infrastructure is also not that. Hyper-converged infrastructure is a correct answer. Jaideep, you are there? Say yes, you understood.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Okay, guys, I hope I made it clear to you what kind of assignment I'm going to give. Just an example that I will later give you some assignment. So, any questions so far? Okay, so we have 5-6 minutes. Anybody want to tell anything? Any questions we have so far? Okay, so I have already told you last time how we are going to have our assessment overall, right? So I'm repeating, assignment will be 10 marks. Okay, I will have 5 minutes viva. For example, I can maybe take a viva for somebody. Anybody is ready? I can ask some questions. Anybody want to? Kunal, you are there? Should I ask you a few questions? Just example, right? So how I will give you the viva question, 5 marks, right? And the 10 marks quiz, I will I will give you all the quizzes, like I will look at some of the things. I will give few more quizzes, and then that will be your 25 marks. And then 20 or 30 marks will be your midterm exam, and 45 marks will be your comprehensive last exam. That is 100 marks, okay? So who is ready to get interviewed? Okay, anybody? Anybody want to face the quiz today? Okay, okay. Let me. We don't have quiz today. Okay. This is old. So anybody face the problem? No. Today you were able to do it. Let me double confirm and go and look at the forms. See if today was. I think people have responded, and I'm able to. I will go view response. So today responses were 67 responses. Okay. Average score is 8.6. Okay. And people have answered it. How many people? Okay. I think you guys have. Let me open
Sir,
the Excel. Yes, please.
sir,
Yes, please.
actually, sir, by mistake, sir, I have given quiz 8, sir, at two times,
Don't
sir.
worry.
So,
Don't worry.
sir,
Don't worry. No
please
problem. No issues.
consider
Don't worry.
only. I
Yeah,
thought
yeah.
it is a
Don't.
different quiz.
No issues. Don't worry about it. Okay. I can see there is somebody who got 1 marks. But maybe just submitted one, and I remember somebody told me that you have to submit one, and okay, no issues. But looks like most of you have got good marks. I can see it. Thank you so much. Any final question before we say today's class is over? Anybody has any question? You understood the assignment question that I'm going to give? Just example, right? I will give you some assignment, okay? Real assignment. So what you need to write, I have explained, but something similar, I will come up with the assignments for 10 marks. 5 marks will be viva. Okay, let me ask you the questions, on the data center. We have 3 minutes. So anybody can answer, okay? Let's see in the viva what kind of questions, so that you are also right. So um, in the course of design and operation of data center, right, I'm going to have a quiz, right? So I will ask few questions. Let me see who can answer. First question, you can just type it, okay? Right. So let's say, what does tier 3 certification from Uptime Institute guarantee? What it guarantee? Tier 3 certification. I'll give the options. Okay. Options are fault tolerant design, concurrent maintainability, no downtime ever, single power path. What does tier 3 certification from Uptime Institute guarantee? Anybody can answer? Question is, what does tier 3 certification from Uptime Institute guarantee? Okay. It will guarantee concurrent. What is it guarantee? Concurrent maintainability. Okay. Let me see if anybody has written. Excellent. Mona Kumari has given the correct answer. Thank you, Mona Kumari. Then let's say second question I will ask. Okay. So let's say, uh, explain difference between n plus 1 and 2n redundancy. Can somebody type the answer? Explain difference between n plus 1 and 2n redundancy. What does it mean? No? No answer? We talked about it, right? Explain. N is what? The bare minimum required, right? What is N? Anybody can write the answer, please. N and 200 and C means, right? N 2N and N plus 1 redundancy. No? Can somebody just open your mic and tell me? Redundancy, yeah. So what is N plus 1? See, your N stands for, basically we are trying to see that we have a, continuous operation, right? Even if something fails, it should continuously work. So what we do in N plus 1, we put one extra backup unit. Okay, N is the bare minimum unit required. N plus 1 means one extra. 2N means two times. Like suppose you have, say you have N means 1, so you have to 2 times. Capacity required to run one additional backup component is N plus 1. Correct. Okay, so I hope you understood it. So similarly, such questions I will ask 5 questions. I will ask for each. Maybe we can talk separately, but that will, it's like a viva for you. Very simple questions, but look at those presentations. Be prepared so that one time I will just talk to each of you and just assess and give you the marks out of 5. Okay, I'll stop here. Any other question? If not, thank you very much and have a great remaining day. I'm stopping my presentation and thank you very much.